The Supreme Court, the only place where wearing a robe makes you more powerful. The Supreme Court is one of the oldest institutions in American society. And after 230 years, it's finally getting a fresh new face.
Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson cementing her place in history, becoming the first black woman to be confirmed to the Supreme Court.
On this vote, the yeas are 53, the nays are 47, and this nomination is confirmed.
Cheers erupting in the chamber. Over at the White House, President Biden watching that final tally come in with the judge by his side.
And this nomination is confirmed.
All right. Okay.
Oh, wow. He didn't know. He's, oh, wow. Oh, this is exciting, people. Finally, a black woman will be on the Supreme Court. Wow. Wow. And this is happening just in time for the court to eliminate all rights for black people and women. What a moment. No, this is really incredible, man. Think about it. She will now be the most powerful black woman in the country to have her opinions entirely dismissed by 2/3 of her co-workers. Wow! This is huge. And by the way, for anyone who wondered how much of an impact Ketanji Brown Jackson would have, well, she made history from the moment she was confirmed.
As Democrats rose to their feet with applause, Republicans headed for the door. Mitt Romney of Utah, one of 3 Republicans to vote yes, standing alone, the only GOP senator clapping.
Really? Really? You know what? First of all, kudos to Mitt Romney. Yeah, man. He's like, just decorum, you know? All those other assholes, think about it. The first black woman since this country was founded gets confirmed to the Supreme Court, and you can't find it in you to stay and clap? Just clap. Even like a... Yeah, I'm not saying you got to throw your panties on the stage or anything. Just show some respect. Just some respect. Those Republicans ran out of the room like someone was handing out free N-word passes in the lobby. Oh boy, I've always wanted to say that word, oh boy, in public. Why would you leave? No one ever leaves. Doesn't matter whether they like the person or not. Why would you leave? The first black woman, and that's when you're gonna leave? I mean, luckily, the Republican hissy fit couldn't spoil this historic moment, you know, because it's not every day that a black person in America gets sent to a court they actually deserve to be in. And on Friday, KBJ, she took her victory lap at the White House.
Tonight, celebrating history on the High Court, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, and a moment centuries in the making.
It has taken 232 years and 115 prior appointments for a black woman to be selected to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States. But we've made it.
Jackson, a history maker and a barrier breaker, reciting the poetic words of Maya Angelou.
I am the dream and the hope of the slave.
And casting this as a moment in which all Americans can take great pride.
We have come a long way toward perfecting our union. In my family, it took just 1 generation to go from segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States.
Ooh. From segregation to the Supreme Court. Whew. That was a line. I almost feel like if you're a black person who succeeds, you've got double the pressure on you, you know? Yeah, because you don't just have to perform, you've also got to come up with dope lines when you get the job. From segregation to the Supreme Court. What? Woo. That was powerful. And that quote from Maya Angelou, all of it was fire. I mean, especially when you consider Brett Kavanaugh's celebration, where he just quoted the words of Captain Morgan. And by the way, props to President Biden for rocking those aviators during that speech. Yeah, way to make a historic moment look like a deleted scene from Top Gun, Mr. President. You know Biden only breaks those out when he's feeling his swagger. He's just like, oh yeah. Or when his eyes are bleeding again. You never know which one it is. You never know. Anyway, I didn't make his eye bleed. Anyway, for more on the historic nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson, let's turn now to our Supreme Court expert, Dulcé Sloan, everybody. Dulcé, Dulcé, I know you're at the Supreme Court right now. How are you feeling about this historic news?
Fine, I guess.
Oh, wait, that's it? You're feeling fine?
Trevor, I'm devastated. Now listen, I know homegirl earned this, but deep down, I was hoping I would become the first black woman on the Supreme Court.
Well, no offense, Dulcé, but why would you be qualified to be a judge on the Supreme Court?
Oh, I'm not qualified? I've been judging people my whole life. Okay? Families, friends, strangers, dogs.
What?
Y'all know I don't mess with dogs. I'm judging everybody. I'm judging people who ask for directions, people who can't use chopsticks, people who can't calculate a tip. You just move the decimal point one time. It's not that hard. I judge bitches who wear kitten heels.
Wait, what's wrong with kitten heels?
It's either a heel or a flat, okay? A tiny heel means you're unstable and you can't make up your mind. The point is, I have been preparing for this job since I came out the womb, okay?
Well, Dulcé, I'll be honest. I had no idea you were so invested in getting on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I know you weren't, and I'm judging you for that.
Well, look, no. I know you're disappointed. But Ketanji Brown Jackson is one of the most qualified candidates in the history of the process.
Of course she is. She had to be, okay? She's a black woman named Ketanji. She's had to break glass ceilings and teach white people how to say her name from day one. Look, I don't want to come across as a hater. If it couldn't be me, I'm glad it's her.
Well, that's very big of you, Dulcé. Plus, there's still hope for you, too. Because, I mean, I think you'd make a great second female black justice.
Second? What? No, nobody cares about the person who's second, okay? That's not a black history fact. See, if I can't be the first black female judge on the Supreme Court, I'm not interested. So now I have a new goal, to be the first black female judge on Judge Judy.
Wait, no. No, I think only Judge Judy can be the judge on Judge Judy.
Why? Because she's white?
No, because, you know what, Dulcé? Chase your dream.